When you're hitting the bag, right? I see you hitting them. When you walk, I want you to do like this. Boom, 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 boom. You keep for boom, 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 boom. How long you can do that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Jake Paul, I think when he weighed in for Mike Tyson, was 227 pounds. That is, if I'm not mistaken, a 92-pound weight difference. Almost a 100-pound weight difference. It's insane. That is called one thing. That's called being a bully.
Gervonta Tank Davis and Mike Tyson recently joined forces for an intense training session as Tank prepares for his upcoming clash with Jake Paul. The atmosphere in the gym was electric as Tyson shared his trademark intensity and technical wisdom. He focused on Davis's power, head movement, body rotation, and uppercuts. Those who watched the session said Tank looked sharper than ever, carrying Tyson's trademark aggression and speed into his own style. With Tyson guiding him, Davis looks more dangerous than ever going into the Paul fight.
Yeah. Are there any considerations when you're moving your head, like you're trying to get your head out of the center line?
No, well, you want to get out the center, but the objective for him to throw the punch before you can counter. Like if he throws the punch here, you come here, you go to here, and you're still outside.
Yeah, absolutely, that makes sense. So you want them to miss, and when they miss, that's your opportunity.
Absolutely. Sometimes you can punch while he's punching, you can throw boom at the same time. As he's punching, boom, you go down.
Absolutely.
It's all about moving after you punch. As soon as you punch, you're gone. Whatever it is, boom, side, whatever it is, you have to go.
I love that foot movement. Is that something that Casamado taught you?
Yeah, twisting.
Twisting is what it's.
The showdown between Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis will take place on November 14th at the Casa Center in Miami, Florida. The bout was originally scheduled for Atlanta but was moved after Georgia's Athletic and Entertainment Commission raised concerns about the large weight difference between the two fighters.
Oh my days. Jake Paul versus Tank Davis. Is this real? This can't be real. Because he was talking about fighting Joshua, which is heavyweight. And now he's saying about fighting Tank. Nah, this can't be. It's Netflix as well. I need to go and do some checks and see if like the main pages have posted this. But Jake Paul's posted it. It says Friday, November 14th. It's in Atlanta, State Farm Arena. This is random, no?
Mike Tyson, who has been in the ring with Jake Paul himself, has issued a word of caution. He understands the pressure and unpredictability Paul brings, but he also knows the serious threat Davis poses. Despite Jake's size and youth advantages, Tyson believes Davis's timing, speed, and knockout power make him extremely dangerous, warning that Paul may not be giving Davis the respect he deserves.
I think Gervonta Davis is probably the greatest fighter around now, but he's got a tough fight coming up. You know, he's the top dog. There's no doubt about it. He showed that. But Barrios, he's a pretty good fighter. Last time I saw him fight, he was pretty durable.
At the same time, Tyson admitted that Paul's punching power surprised him. After sparring with Jake, Tyson said his body was sore for days. Hearing that from a man known for surviving and delivering some of the hardest shots in history shocked many fans. It showed that Jake's power is genuine, not just hype, proving his dedication to training and his evolution into a serious fighter rather than just a social media star.
Oh no, I don't remember the fight that much. I kind of blanked out a little. Listen, know what I remember? Coming back from the first round, and then the next day I remember Jake is doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh, yeah, a little bow at the end, he bowed.
And that's the last thing I remember. You know, but the day after the fight, right after, the day after, I woke up and told my wife, why did I do that? You know, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
What did you think of Jake's power, man, when you were in there?
I don't remember it. But my body was really sore. Yeah, my body, my chest, my stomach and stuff was really sore.
Fans and analysts often compare Davis to Tyson, pointing to their explosive knockouts, aggressive approach, and larger-than-life personalities. Still, those comparisons come with disclaimers. Davis fights in a completely different era, in a lighter weight class, and under very different boxing conditions, while Tyson's career was defined by his dominance in the heavyweight division.
I mean, I have to ask you, would you ever remake your famous video game? Bring it to the next generation consoles, my friend?
Hey, I'm just happy to be alive. Thank
What
you.
about, I mean, what do you think about people comparing Tank Davis to you? I mean, what do you think about that?
Tank's a great fighter.
You think he's a great fighter. But what do you think about them comparing him to you? I mean, you're a legend, my friend.
Well, he'll be one too if he keeps fighting.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. Okay, bye.
Davis himself has rejected the idea of being called the next Tyson. He says his style is different, describing himself as more of a boxer-puncher, while Tyson relied heavily on raw aggression and intimidation.
Do you feel like you're the mini Mike Tyson?
Nah,
What do you call your style?
I don't know. I think I'm a boxer puncher.
What was Mike Tyson?
He was a brawler.
Brawl means more than one person.
A brawler, like somebody that's like.
So he knocked people out real quick. You knock people out real quick.
Yeah, but I can knock you out like.
So you saying that you can knock him out faster than Mike Tyson, probably, if it was a challenge?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like. Mike Tyson got power and skills. I feel as though like I have like the whole pack. I don't know. I'm me.
When Tyson was asked about the comparisons, he brushed them off. He admitted there may be some similarities but joked that the only real connection might be legal troubles. His blunt answer made it clear he doesn't fully agree with those comparisons.
For Tank Davis, a lot of people say he reminds you of them. Does he remind you of yourself? It's a wrap.
I don't know. Maybe just getting in trouble with the law. Other than that, no.
Davis hasn't always treated Tyson like an untouchable legend. After Tyson's loss to Jake Paul, Davis openly questioned why Tyson would return to the ring for money, suggesting it hurt his legacy more than it helped. That criticism is ironic now, as Davis faces similar pushback for agreeing to fight Paul in what many call a money-driven spectacle.
Do you think that it's fair to call them boxers now? We talk about Logan Brothers.
I think it's okay to call Jake Paul a boxer. The only reason why I say that is because he do be in the gym. He's working on stuff. The fight that he fought Mike Tyson, I don't think he should have fought Mike Tyson because of who Mike Tyson is and the age. And he said that he didn't try to knock him out. Yes, you did. You just couldn't get the knockout. Like, he tried to knock him out for sure.
How much money you think they paid Tank?
Tank gonna make upwards around 100 million.
Say a word.
Real talk, so you can't really blame him for taking that.
Many fans argue the Davis vs. Paul fight is more about entertainment than real competition. Critics note that Davis skipped a possible rematch with Lamont Roach to chase this big money event. At the press conference, Davis fired back at critics, saying he doesn't care about opinions and that fans should just enjoy the show.
Look at this face-off, Henry. What are your thoughts here?
You're hearing that shit from me. That's cringe. In some weird way, I kind of like
cringe
it.
about it?
He's trying to big man the smaller guy, who the smaller guy to me is dangerous. I think Tank Davis is going to put the hands on him, but I like it, bro. I will say something about Jake Paul. He's brought a lot of attention to boxing. Tank Davis guaranteed $40 million.
If you were in that position, would you fight Jake Paul?
Oh, hell yeah. You got to give Jake Paul his flowers. Mike Tyson, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz.
Jake Paul is a disruptor, and he's done a phenomenal job at that. You get big and famous enough to where they would just hand you the title shot and completely throw out the ranking system.
If Jake Paul was to do that, I think that'd be the greatest sports accomplishment in history. Going from a Disney Channel kid to a YouTuber to becoming a world champion.
I don't remember the last time that I've heard Gervonta Davis say, I'm in boxing to be the greatest fighter of all time. I've heard him say that he's better than certain guys in his weight class, or this kid can't beat me. I've heard that. I can't remember, and maybe y'all can keep me honest online. The last time I've heard Gervonta Davis talk about his legacy in the ring. Like I'm building my legacy. I'm trying to outdo Floyd in legacy. Like, I think it started like that for him. But the influence of Floyd Mayweather, Money Man, not Pretty Boy, but the Money Man, and building your brand and selling tickets and selling pay-per-views and becoming a household name, that's also a legacy. You got the legacy in the ring and you got the legacy in terms of how you sold. I believe Gervonta Davis is more focused on selling tickets and making money and securing his future for himself and his family. He said it out of his own mouth. I ain't got nothing else to prove. If you're trying to be one of the greatest fighters of all time, it's still a whole lot to prove. My point is, Roy, I don't think, should everybody hold this man to the standard that they hold him to and say, You not fighting nobody. Yeah, you making money, but you ain't really fought nobody. If he don't even care about that, that's not even something that he's really focused on. If his main focus is the money, and his main focus is getting out of boxing without getting hurt and retiring on his own terms, shouldn't his fan base and other people get on board with that if that's not even his goal? How can we hold him to something like that if he don't even hold himself to that?
Fighter Mike Perry, known for his unfiltered opinions, slammed the fight. He claimed Davis is not the knockout machine he once was and that his passion for boxing may have faded. Perry warned that when a smaller fighter loses love for the sport, it's hard to beat someone naturally bigger and heavier like Jake, who could outweigh Davis by nearly 180 pounds. That kind of size gap changes the fight completely in terms of power, stamina, and punishment absorbed.
Your buddy Jake just signed on to fight Tank Davis. What do you think of that fight? He's got like 100 pounds on him.
Yeah, you know, and they say that there's a large weight discrepancy. Like, me and Jeremy are the same size. So, you know, it's his lower half is really small. My legs are gonna work the best that night. I have really strong legs. I'll squat twice the size that he can, and so my strong legs are gonna do work. Jake is big. Tank has a lot of skill, but I don't think he's the same Tank that we saw the most incredible knockouts. We saw him, I mean, Lamont Roach performed great. They went to draw, and, you know, I just don't know. And Tank walked away. I don't know if he loves it enough to beat a guy who outweighs him by 80 to 100 pounds.
Boxing analyst Showbiz the Adult echoed similar concerns, predicting Jake Paul will land heavy shots on Davis. He argued that Jake's reach, size, and raw strength give him an edge that Davis's skill may not overcome. Showbiz believes the physical differences alone could decide the fight in Jake's favor.
Think of how does Tank Davis beat Jake Paul? I mean, you have Shakur Stevenson saying Jake Paul doesn't have a snowball's chance in hell, and that Gervonta Tank Davis would just outbox him and beat him on points.
I can see Tank just outboxing him and making it real easy.
And I get that, but when I think of Tank Davis, I think of a guy who kind of counters you to knock you out. I think of a guy who's not really a busy fighter. And this isn't just a size thing, because hell, if it was Jake Paul versus the prime Manny Pacquiao, I would say Manny Pacquiao because of Manny Pacquiao's style, how busy he is, how he hops in and out, pop, pop, pop. I think he would collect the points, while Tank Davis, I think he punches the least amount of all fighters in the world right now. So do I think he can one punch KO Jake Paul? Well, the thing is about Gervonta has really shown a huge amount of concern fighting anything north of 135. Check this out.
He hit me in the back of my head. That stung a little bit, but other than that, it wasn't really. That's why I was nervous. Like, he's 140, so I wasn't trying to get caught too clean.
Other critics highlight Jake Paul's career path, pointing out that his win over 58-year-old Mike Tyson wasn't much of a real challenge. They see it as a spectacle rather than legitimate competition. Former champions like Carl Froch dismissed the performance, saying it proved little about Jake's true skill level.
Jake Paul, you've lost your mind if you think you can go toe-to-toe with Anthony Joshua. Listen, let's not get confused, guys. Let's not get confused. Yes, cool. Anthony, he took a big L with Daniel Dubois. But Daniel Dubois is not no joke, bro. He's not a joke. You know what I'm trying to say? He took an L there, but Jake Paul, I got the utmost respect of what he's done, how he's managed to navigate through the boxing world. Like, bro, it's so mad. And I can see this is like a 90%. It's happening, it's positioning, it's marketing already. Like, why would you see Jake Paul go face-to-face with Alexander Usyk if it's not to position for a fight for Saudi? Obviously, Jake Paul's going to fight Anthony Joshua. There's possibly going to be a Usyk against Tyson Fury 3, because obviously the last two were so close. But you never know. It can also be a Usyk against Derek Chisora. Do you know what I mean? You never know.
Stephen A. Smith has also been vocal, criticizing Jake Paul for fighting older or inactive opponents instead of top current boxers. Smith argued that Jake hasn't truly tested himself against elite fighters. Paul responded by pointing to his fight with Tommy Fury in 2023, where he suffered his first loss by split decision against a prime professional boxer. Paul defended his career choices, saying people forget that boxing legends also started with weaker opponents. Smith, however, has blasted Paul for choosing Tyson, insisting that if he wants to be taken seriously, he needs to fight boxers closer to his age and in their prime. At the same time, Smith gave Paul credit for stepping into the ring with a real fighter, but reminded him that Tyson's age made it unfair. He urged Jake to stop chasing veterans and focus on legitimate contenders. Meanwhile, Paul insists he's helping bring boxing into a new era, pointing to Netflix's involvement as proof. With Netflix streaming the fight, Paul says the sport is reaching audiences it never has before, marking the start of a new chapter. So the big question is this: can Tank Davis handle Jake Paul's size and power, or will Jake prove he's truly reshaping boxing's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below.